If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out. Now, everybody is starting to talk about Nolan Wells' phone. From the beginning, we had an understanding that Nolan Wells' phone was stripped clean. There's no Snapchats and anything like that on the phone, and his mama had came out publicly and said that, look, her son is a snapper. All he do is Snapchat this, Snapchat that. That's just one of his things that he do, right? And when she got the phone back from Nolan Wells' friend, there was no Snapchat. It was as if the phone was wiped clean. Now, as soon as the mother came out and said that, you would think in your mind that the investigators in the case would say, okay, wait a minute, hold on. We need to examine that phone. And if the mother said, okay, cool, you can examine the phone, but we want our examiners to examine the phone with your examiners, right? That right there should have been an easy yes. It shouldn't have been no, this right here could compromise the investigation. And it shouldn't have been none of that. That should have been like, oh, okay, cool. You want your independent people to do it? We can do it alongside each other. Now, what sticks out to me is this right here. The fact that the mother is saying that she wants her private examiner to examine the phone with the investigators of the state of Mississippi, it speaks volumes. What that tells me is that Nolan Wells' mother doesn't have complete confidence in the police down there in Ocean Springs. I mean, come on now. Let's just be 100. Because if she did, she would have handed the phone over with no problem. Like, here you go. Take care of your business. There you go. But, it's something telling her in her mind and in her heart that, wait a minute, I want y'all to investigate the phone, but I want y'all to have my private team examine the phone with your team. And the only reason why I believe that she wants that to happen, just me assuming, is because what if there is something in that phone that is incriminating to the boys that he was with? If there's a big cover-up going on, if she hand the phone over to the investigators of the state of Mississippi and they see the incriminating evidence, they can just wipe it clean and say, hey, yeah, no, it wasn't nothing on the phone. We ain't see nothing. Nope, nothing happened. You see? So that's why she want her team and the state's team, all of them to examine the phone together. What's wrong with that? There's no problem with that, right? But being that Mississippi state investigators don't appear to be investigating nothing, it's almost as if they already made their mind up. You see? Like, what's taking so long? I don't understand this. Like, what is taking so long for their phone examiners and as a matter of fact, the parents, Nolan Wells' parents, have already said, hey, look, we willing to let y'all examine the phone. But what's taking so long for the state to say, hey man, check this out. Let's come together. Let's examine this phone and see if we got something in there. You see, it just don't seem right to me for the simple fact of this right here. We have a mysterious death. Mysterious. And there are no suspects. Nobody is suspicious at all. They're saying that they don't know if Nolan Wells drowned. They don't know if it's foul play. Being if they don't know if this boy drowned or if it was foul play, then they should be investigating. Y'all see what I'm saying? They should be digging through everything. But they ain't digging through nothing. Nothing. And then when they do the autopsy, come on now. I mean, like, y'all do the state of Mississippi do the autopsy. Y'all take the man's throat out. Y'all take the man's lungs. And then y'all send the man's body to the private examiner, right? The private guy to do, the examine on Nolan Wells' body. Why would y'all take most important parts that can tell the death? I mean, the lungs can tell, hey, look, the man had water in his lungs. He drowned. You see what I'm saying? Hey, the man, he got scars on the throat as if he was choked or something like that. You see, it appears that they taking away important stuff So that the private examiner, couldn't really make a positive or a negative determination as to what happened to Nolan Wales' body or what happened to him before his death or after his death. Y'all see what I'm saying? So it appears to me is that they already got their mind made, because they are not treating this like any other suspicious murder. Look, let me tell y'all something. For those of you who have been arrested in the last 5 to 10 years, the first thing that they do when they get you and put you in them handcuffs, they grab that phone. Yeah, they going through that phone. It is not no questions, and it ain't even got to be about a mysterious death or none of that. I got hit on a home invasion. The first thing they did when they got me in handcuffs, and they was all through my phone in my face. We ain't even make it to the station. They on the phone like this here, talking and pointing and stuff, and going through the phone. So it just blows my mind that the phones are not important in this situation. As important as phones is in any criminal investigation or any mysterious investigation. Because here it is, we have a man that has lost his life, but don't nobody know how it happened. Being that don't nobody know how it happened, that right there should give the law enforcement down there, the investigators down there, all the power and the authority in the world to say, wait a minute, hold on. Y'all ain't just finna say this man just ended up dead and we don't even know how he died. Nah, we got to start doing some homework. We got to start doing some research. We got to start doing some investigation. But instead, people want to point the finger at the mother. Y'all holding the phone. Why don't y'all just give him the phone? She don't trust him. That's why she ain't gave him the phone. She don't trust him. And she got good reason not to trust him. Because why ain't they went and got them 4 boys' phones? You see what I'm saying? The boys, his so-called friends that was with him. Why the police ain't go through their phones? Why the police ain't get search warrants and stuff like that for them boys' phone and said, hey man, no, we need that. We need that right there. Y'all was the last ones with him. Y'all don't know what happened to him. Y'all left him on the island when he came with y'all. No, let us see those phones, because something is wrong here. This is suspicious. This is mysterious. And y'all suspects, because we don't know if y'all did it or not. But we're going to make sure that y'all didn't do it. We're going to make sure that there's nothing incriminating on your phone. Let us get that. You see, let us get that so we can make sure y'all ain't do nothing. We're not going to take your word for it. I mean, let's be 100. Yeah, come on now. How many times have people came and sat in an interrogation room and a homicide detective say, hey, there's a dead body over there in your car. Did you have anything to do with that? And a person would sit up there and look a homicide detective in his face and say, man, I swear to God, man, I ain't had nothing to do with that. I don't even know how that body got in my car. The homicide detective say, well, we got your fingerprints wrapped around the neck of the person that's dead in the car. We got DNA evidence, your DNA evidence all over the body. You sure you don't know anything about that? Man, somebody had to chop my hands off or something, and then, put my hands around the neck, and my DNA, they probably got it from my toothbrush, my comb, or something like that. But, man, I don't know nothing about that. Who confesses to murders on a regular basis like that? Come on. You got people that would sit in front of the homicide detectives and would lie through their teeth, lie on their mama, lie on their kids, swear and lie on God to get up out of a murder. So you mean to tell me they taking these boys' words? Hey man, we don't know what happened. Okay, well, we're going to make sure you don't know what happened. Let us get those phones. Let us get that. Y'all ain't got no fight, no scuff marks or nothing like that. Let me take pictures of y'all body. Oh, you got a scratch mark right there. Hold on, we need a picture of that. Where'd that come from? Oh, it look like you've been punching something. Let us get pictures of that. How'd that happen? You see, that's how you supposed to treat suspicious deaths. You got to make sure. You got to clean up everything so that you can know, as an investigator, you can know that, hey, look, we put these boys through the ringer. and we ain't find nothing. We went through their phones, we checked their fingernails, we went through their house, we went through that boat, we talked to that girl, we did everything, and we ain't found nothing. But instead, it appears that the homicide detectives down there in Mississippi took them boys' word for it. And that is strange. That is very strange. Because whenever there's a mysterious death like Nolan Wells, everybody that he was associated with in the morning and that night should be suspects. And not because they're guilty, but not because they're innocent. This right here should have been a regular procedure for the police department down there in Mississippi. Look, as soon as they found that Nolan Wells was dead, wait a minute, hold on. Them clothes y'all had on, all four of y'all, where them clothes at? We need to examine them clothes. We need to see if there's any blood splatter or anything like that on them clothes. You see what I'm saying? Them phones. Hey, look, hold on. This boy just wound up dead. We found him dead. No, we need y'all phones and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, y'all was drinking and y'all underage. Hold on, wait a minute. Nuh-uh. We gotta put y'all under arrest. Y'all driving boats. This is DWI type demonstration. You see what I'm saying? No, hell no. Where y'all get the alcohol from? Who provided the alcohol? We locking them up too. You see, regular procedure things that normally happen to people of color is not happening to these boys down there. Nothing at all. It's almost as if, like I said before, that the police down there already had their mind made up, and I can only assume that is because what they said out their mouth. There's no foul play. Without even an autopsy being done on Nolan Wells, the police had already determined that, hey, look, there's no foul play. And then everybody want to say, he drowned, right? But y'all don't have no evidence of that. But y'all quick to say, yeah, no, he drowned. You know, the guy got drunk and he just drowned. Give it up. But there's no evidence of that. You see? So you can't get mad at people that want to find out what happened because there's no evidence of a drowning. You see, multiple times where people will kill people and then throw them in the water and act like they drowned. But then when the autopsy is done and they examine the body, they say, wait a minute, ain't no water in the lungs. This person didn't drown. You see what I'm saying? This person right here died before they entered the water. You see? So everything is fishy. Taking the lungs, taking the throat and all that. Everything is suspicious. And I'm going by the procedures of what police normally do in situations like this. And them boys down there in Mississippi, the homicide detectives, the sheriff, the district attorney, they ain't following regular protocol. They already got their mind made up. And I wonder why. This is Hood Educated, not Lame Related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Peace and love.